Joining me now from Brisbane is Cameron Milner, a former Labor Party strategist. He's now with Next Level Strategic Services. Good to talk to you again, Cameron. Congrats.
Likewise, Chris.
Congrats on the win. We talked to you a few times during the campaign. What do you make, first up, of the start, the ministry and the start from the government?
Well, I think the start was excellent. I mean, who can fault Anthony Albanese going and seeing the Quad meeting within 48 hours of being elected, representing Australia's interests in terms of the national security and defence? Who can fault Penny Wong travelling to the South Pacific not once but twice in the first week and a half of being the Foreign Minister? So Labor's really hit the ground running, and obviously with the ministry sworn in yesterday, with the Treasurer, Katie Gallagher and others already on the game in terms of setting up the budget for October, Labor's certainly hit the ground running.
Yeah, and foreign policy, a big emphasis with Anthony Albanese heading up to Indonesia on the weekend. I just want to replay one of your predictions that you made on this program about 2 weeks out from the election.
I believe Labor's got a lock on 7 seats already. Labor's actually got a majority in its own right. It's going to get Leichhardt, Brisbane, Reid, Chisholm, Bass, Boothby and Swan. So there's the 7 seats, already won. Everything after that in terms of where Labor heads to is majority government for Labor from here on in.
Well, you were kind of right. They've got majority government. I think they got 4 of those 7 seats. They got the rest elsewhere. But you must have been a bit nervous early on election night.
A win is a win.
It is. I just wanted to refresh your memory. Well, there's an interesting point here, right? Of course, because the Libs held on to 2 of those seats. One of them, Brisbane, went to the Greens. You're going to end up with a majority. It could be a 2-seat majority. It could be 77 seats. But, and as I said the other night on this program, a win is a win is a win. A government can form. It has a mandate and all power to Anthony Albanese to do whatever good he can for this country. But as a Labor strategist, you must be concerned about the trend that no one picked. That is that Labor's primary vote actually went backwards. Somehow they went backwards and won. And when you've got a primary vote that shows less than 1 in 3 Australians is voting Labor, you must be worried about losing touch with your traditional base.
I don't think it's about losing touch, but certainly the next election is going to be a serious challenge, and that's why the work for the next election starts now. And that's why Anthony Albanese spoke to the caucus and said, if we want to get there next time, our work starts now. But you're right. I mean, we didn't get the wins we wanted in Tasmania. We got a swing against us. And Wayne Swan headed up a campaign unit that was going to get 10 seats in Queensland. And in fact, we got 0. And Greens got 3. So yes, some serious hard thinking is going to go into Labor. But thank goodness for Mark McGowan and the Western Australian campaign team led by Tim Picton, who got those 4 seats and got the majority Labor needed.
Yeah, it's a fascinating situation. Obviously both major parties on the nose. Now, you, of course, saw the Greens rise, especially in Queensland. Does it mean that Labor actually accepts now that it only gets about 1/3 of the primary vote and works in tandem with the Greens so that between them they're getting that 2-party preferred that you need? Or do you think Labor will be working hard to make sure it can get back into a higher primary vote?
Look at the demands the Greens and the Teals have already tried to put on a Labor government. Look at Chris Bowen pushing back so successfully on the climate change mandate that Labor's got, not the one the Teals and the Greens thought they won. Labor's got to get to majority next time, and Labor's got to do better in Tasmania and better in Queensland.
Now, Tanya Plibersek, what do you make of her being sent bush?
Not at all. I mean, she did a fantastic job in education, built the Gonski reforms, did amazing work as a Shadow Minister. The challenge on environment and water for Australia is a national challenge, and I think Tanya's right up for that.
Yeah, we might take that up with our next guest too. Thanks for joining us, Cameron. I appreciate your time.